Yo guys, welcome back to the SimplestTalks radio show / podcast. My name's Lucia.
I'm Albertina.
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Tia.
And today we're going to start off in our usual way and I'm going to ask you guys, what have you learnt this week?
This week I've learned that assumptions can lead you into a whole lot of trouble. So not just in friendships and relationships, but I don't know if you've heard, in Angola there's been a lot of goings on about corruption and stuff, how people have assumed that everything's fine, no, this person is stealing, when actually $2 billion of national money has just been taken. So just assuming people are on your level, it won't work in your favor. So just stand your ground and be clear.
Sophie?
This week I've learned that you can become your own teacher. So a lot of things that you may think you've got to pay a lot of money for, think you would have to have learnt from young, or think you would have to go to university for, you can literally find the books for free on the internet. So I think, I think don't feel hesitant when trying to learn new things. You can literally just learn yourself. Yeah. So that's what I've learnt.
Nice. T?
I learned the importance of figuring out the narrative in someone else's life. Because some people have this certain narrative and story that they're trying to paint out. And then they want other people to be this character in their story. Yeah. And it's not fair for you to force someone to be a character in your story when it's not in their character originally. So just keep
Can
that
you
in mind.
elaborate on that? Because that sounds interesting. Heavy. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's take you for example. You've had a rough upbringing and you need certain things for you to feel like you're good and okay. Yeah. So now you go around looking for friends that are going to give you these things.
Oh, when you could give it to yourself. Or
on top of that, okay. But these other people aren't going to fit your narrative because that's not their purpose in their life. So you go around expecting, like you said, assuming that these people are going to be this person for you and trying to force that image onto them. And then you get upset at other people because they're not what you need.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I
like that. This week I have learned that life is mad. That's what I've learned.
You learned that this week?
Oh yes.
Only this.
Well, I've been learning, but that it was just emphasized again. I've learned that people are watching me, like even if you don't think they're watching how you're moving, and they may not say it outwardly, but they respect it. And when those people come forward and express that, it's just mad. Listen, I've had a couple people do that to me in this week, and I'm like, wow, like it just came out of nowhere. But I'm thankful. But it's just interesting, very interesting. So today we're just gonna talk about a load of random stuff. So I'm gonna pick one of you to just bring something up, and I'm gonna start with Sophie.
Okay, so I saw this tweet the other day. I thought it was quite interesting. So it says, one of my friends told me she can't talk to me right now because my success is triggering her insecurities and jealousy. I respect her for being open and vulnerable. Communication is key, which is why we must all come from a place of non-judgment. So I thought that was quite interesting because I guess we're all trying to do big things. Yeah. But I wonder how you guys felt about that, because let's say you are on the road to success, trying to build things, and someone comes to you and says that they can't talk to you because that's making them feel jealous. Yeah. How would you respond to that? Because in one sense, I was thinking like, I respect you for being honest with me, but like as my friend, I would find it hard to...
Imagine that's your best friend saying that to you.
To be fair, a lot of people
it's
do
one
feel
of
like
them
that.
ones. People go through their own things internally, so you just kind of have to respect it and
but
keep it stepping back.
That friend doesn't realise that it's not your success that's the issue, though. Because if someone else came along and was close to them and now had success, they'd have the same issue. Yeah, so
exactly. Which is why you have to respect it. It's not you. It's not your fault.
Yeah, it's not your problem. True.
Yeah. Also, and that's why I appreciate it, because if you're coming forward and saying, "Look, I've got a problem with this. I'm gonna not talk to you and solve my problem," then cool, do your thing.
I feel like it's their personal problem too.
It is.
Yeah.
So they
sounds so rude to say, but it is a personal problem.
It really is yours. So you need, because you can't run away from that problem. Everyone's trying to be successful. Every relationship you build you're gonna see someone build, like, trying to build something, trying to reach their dream, so you can just never run away from that. But talking on jealousy, jealousy is probably something that sparked Simplest Talks for me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I was younger, like, I've grown out of this. Like, I'm a better person, guys. Still trying. But when I was younger, like, it's not seeing other people win as such, but it was jealousy. I saw someone who was like a year older than me, just like they started like a clothing brand or something, and I was like, damn. And I hope nobody knows who this person is, so if you're listening you're thinking it's, but it's not. And I saw them doing this and I was like, damn, like, I just felt like I felt jealous. Like, I was like, how come I can't have something like that? So that led me to start thinking, what can I do? And then, Simplest Talks came about. But that's not the sole reason. But it was...
That was more of a motivating factor than...
Yeah, but it genuinely was jealousy. I did feel jealous. But because I didn't go to them and start praising them and saying, yeah, what you're doing is amazing. No. I was like, Lucille, we need to work on something and, push ourselves to the next level too. So, yeah. But I don't work like that anymore. No one can do what I do like I do it. So
you have to remember that, though. You have to remember that only you can do it.
100%. And I even saw a tweet by Tanya Compass. You guys should check her out. She is amazing, and she said something like, she was talking about an event or something she wanted to put on, and then she was like, I don't mind tweeting this because nobody does what I do like I do it. And I said, what? Wow. Like, I was like, yes, that's exactly how I feel. Because when I was younger, like, even like just through this process, like there's been times where I've been seeing, like, it's just comparison. You start comparing yourself to people. Like, some people are doing better in quotation marks than you, and you're thinking, damn, like, what am I doing? Instead of thinking, yo, no one is you. You know what I mean? And that's your power. So yeah, guys, remember, no one is you, and that is your power, and you have to remember that. Albertina, talk to me. What's been happening?
So yesterday I went to watch Queen and Slim, and I really liked it.
Was it good?
It was good. I think a lot of people, when you have films like that touch on deep subjects, a lot of people go and watch them for storyline. Like, literally, when I walked out, someone was like, I wasn't really feeling it. I fell asleep.
Really?
I was like, but did you not? What did you come here for? Like, it's anyway. That's
so what did you go there for?
I came there to see something different, because usually when they have a black couple, not to spoil it, but one of the main characters, the job they have is like a lawyer. Like, they're not the typical black people, and it's not a typical story. Like, you usually don't see love stories like this, so that's why I went to watch it. But it just highlighted something that, like, black people, actually no, just people in general, we have so much that we harbor inside ourselves. Like, as you watch the film, you see the two characters, they don't know each other at first. Like, they come together and you see the stuff that they're just keeping within themselves, all the trauma, like the pain, like struggling to be themselves in a world that doesn't accept them. And it was just, I felt it. So definitely watch it. Please watch it.
What did you learn from it?
What I learned from it, I actually need to live my life for myself.
Energy.
Because I don't do that a lot. Well, I do it to better myself. So every day I wake up, okay, what can I do better? That's just how I operate. Even if it's going out with friends, doing work, that's how I operate. But I can't work like that, because with the characters, like, they didn't even have a month to live. So really, they can't be operating like that, because they have to live their best life. And you can't just keep acting like I've got years to do this, let me put this plan now so that in 3 years you don't know if you'll get there.
No,
like,
you don't.
That is true.
Just do what's working now, do what makes you feel good, and just go with it. Like, and it really hit me like, whoa, if I was to die, God forbid, anytime soon, would I die happy? I don't know. Like, because I just saw it.
That's interesting.
It was mad.
Wow. Do you have another thing, Sophie?
That kind of links on to the unfortunate death of Kobe Bryant and his
R.I.P.
daughter and the people on board. Because as you were saying, if you were to die tomorrow, would you be happy? I think a lot of us don't realise just how fragile life is.
Oh, yes.
And we don't realise just how beautiful life is.
Mm-hmm.
And it really hit me. And I didn't really watch basketball or really follow him too tough. But it made me feel so sad. And it just makes you think if he could touch us and we don't even know him personally, imagine his family. And I think his death should definitely remind us that we all have something inside of us. We have a purpose. And it's about birthing that purpose every day. And realizing that life is short, but life is more so something to be valued.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not even necessarily short, it's just something that we don't value enough.
Yeah.
So,
and I think we take it for granted.
We
It's the greatest gift that we've been
every
given.
day, yeah.
We get to wake up. Even in the past few months, I literally wake up and thank God that I woke up. My mother's awake. That is a gift, man. And seeing all that happened with him and his daughter, rest in peace, and all the other lives that were lost, and how quickly life can just be taken. Oh, my heart goes out to all those families. It was crazy. Did you guys learn anything from that whole situation?
I just learned that people need to, I don't know what it is of our day and age, but people need to understand that when something serious like this happens, it's not a joke.
No.
And you need to take time. Because I was listening to Free Shots and they were just talking about how I think her sister or family members found out on social media. Imagine you find out your dad, your sister
your
dies
daughter
on your phone.
That's so crazy.
That in your bed on your phone, all of a sudden they're dead. So it's just a lot to take in, and I think it's hard. It's hard because Kobe Bryant was a famous guy, so obviously everyone's going to post about it, whatever, but it's actually none of our business how they're grieving, how they feel, what they do to deal with this. It's none of our business.
No.
We just have to give them their time.
Exactly.
And we don't deserve their energy to come out and say this and say that. For LeBron James to say this and say that. It's none of our business how people grieve. So
And I think we need to be more sensitive.
Yeah.
I think our world, we're not sensitive to certain things anymore, and we're not compassionate enough. And I feel like I learned about 100%. I feel like I learned about this whole lack of compassion that we have, when Grenfell happened. That's when I realized, wow, this world is really and truly mad. Yo, listen, we can't even feel for someone as leaders. Leaders can't feel for their people. They just have to make decisions. That is
sad.
crazy.
So sad.
Yeah, I think there needs to be some sort of balance because we're human beings first of all before anything else.
Yes, that's true.
And that needs to be recognized. It's so crazy. What did you learn from it, T?
It really shined a light on the importance of fatherhood and family. The way Kobe was with his daughters, and all the videos I've seen on my timeline, I was just like, this is crazy. And especially for people that are, what was I taking this? Just stare at me, guys. Pressure me in that.
We're waiting for you.
No, but it was really important for people to see how important it is for fathers to be in their children's lives.
100%. I think it highlighted that. And you know what? The father-daughter relationships are so beautiful to me. Yeah. Every time, even with my friends, when I see them with their dads or the way they talk about them, it just makes my heart so happy. And because I never really experienced that like that. My life's complicated, so yeah, but being able to see that in other people's lives, it just makes me so happy, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I think another thing I learned, 100%, take it for granted. And I think another thing that I learned is that we just need to be kind and love each other, man. That's the best thing that we can do. And I think it's such a good thing to be good to people. That's an amazing thing that we all have the ability to do, and we need to do more often. So guys, let's move on from that. Did you guys hear the J Hus album?
Yeah, baby.
I heard it.
Yeah.
How are we feeling?
I'll let you guys go first. innit?
No. We need to hear you first because I'm feeling like you weren't
She's
feeling
gonna
it like
fight.
that.
No, I was feeling it. It was just all right. It's just when I got on the timeline after I listened to it, everyone was just like, "It's the greatest album ever," and I was just
That
like,
is true. It was
But
okay.
and I was just like,
Everyone says
it was
that,
all
everyone
right, man.
I don't
But I think
it
it's
was the
because the
greatest.
anticipation before it was
Yes.
really built it up to,
Yes.
put it on a platform. But
In comparison to his last album, how do you feel about it?
his last album was better.
Really? I think his last album was just a classic.
Mhm.
Like, this didn't feel like a classic, but
that was different. Even
that
the
was
intro
just-
did it.
oh, like,
Bro,
see,
let's not
You
even-
even know,
you
like,
know what I mean? But this one, there were just some, like, every track was just good. Like, and it was just amazing. Like, I rated it like he did his thing, like on every track. So
but with music, you always have to give it time because it's
Yeah.
the replay value that makes it good. So
it's
That's
true.
true.
I can't really judge it right now.
Yeah,
But
but
that
I,
upset me though.
Why?
How people leaked it or someone.
yeah, I didn't
Do you
understand
know-
the whole thing.
You,
I didn't listen
I
to
would
it.
be so annoyed. Like, can you imagine putting your heart into something?
Yeah, and then
For someone to just let it go like
It's
that
like
without your
writing a
permission.
book and someone just
Yeah.
puts it
And saying
on
there
Instagram.
you
Exactly.
go. Like, I would be.
that's like
Wow.
you haven't
Apparently-
chosen to do that.
The underlying bit, you know how it says conspiracy and it's like piracy?
Yeah,
Apparently
yeah.
is that intentional?
Yeah, it,
Some said
Maybe.
it was, I don't know.
what were they
Yeah,
saying
I
that
saw that
meant
as well.
again?
What,
What
piracy?
did, yeah, what did that mean?
Like when someone takes your music and puts out.
Oh, is that what it
legally,
means?
Or a movie, yeah.
Oh, mad. That's interesting. Because I saw the post, I didn't read it properly, so
Yeah.
that's interesting. I like that. No, the album was lit. I've been replaying it since it came out, and I've been tweeting lyrics, all of that, because it's just lit. What else has been going on, guys?
Brexit, the coronavirus.
Listen, we're out of the EU, guys. Woo.
We actually are, but I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I forgot.
That's what
you
happened.
know,
I
I
was
was
like-
laughing because the day before I was just like, wait, Brexit is
Yeah,
really
you
tomorrow.
tweeted it, I, was
Yeah.
like, I remembered. I was like, oh.
It's like everything that's been going on, we just forgot. Like,
Yeah.
this is what's happening.
Like,
This is
people
mad.
are doing fireworks. Like, even my cousin was saying that her next door neighbour was just doing fireworks for Brexit.
Fireworks, you
For
know.
what though? But what's funny is I think people that want to leave don't really know why.
No, they don't.
and
they don't.
That's what
You see the
explain it.
interview on Sky News, and there was these two ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Why do you want to leave?" And it was
Yeah.
like for independence. And
It's
she
like,
didn't really
are
know
you
what
not
she was trying
independent
to
And
anyway?
say.
also, yeah, and also,
Actually, I don't think she understood.
yeah, I don't think so.
properly,
And she was
yeah.
even stuttering.
Yeah, she was
I
like,
was thinking,
I was thinking.
I don't think a lot of
These
people
people
knew
got
what
the
Brexit
vote,
because
you know?
even
Yeah.
now I don't know what Brexit means. I'm like, okay,
listen,
none of us do,
mm-mm.
and that's
let's
what's
just find out if
scary.
it's good or not.
100%. And I think I went to an event once. I always speak about this because, like, this guy just left something in my brain. He works somewhere. I won't talk about where he works, but and he was talking about how democracy is just, there's no point of it. It's just not good enough. Like, it's not.
No.
It gives power to people who
You don't
who
know
are
what
just. I don't even want to call them what I want to call them, but it's just.
Nah, you should
not
say
good
it still.
enough. Let me not
Say how it is.
I should, but you know. And he was talking about how he went outside the Houses of Parliament and said to, like, people who were campaigning to leave the EU, ask them, why do you want to leave? And they're just giving again stuttering,
Yeah.
again just waffling, exactly. And it's like, these are the people who have chosen
Chosen our fate. you
our
know?
fate, our future. That is so crazy to me. And then he gave the example of looking at it's a bit of a sticky one, but from the outside, if you're to look at Rwanda, for example, like the president, democracy is it's not really that much of a thing, but a lot of changes have been made, like, in certain areas. So I won't talk too much on it, but when you look at a country like that and how it's working with a leader like that, you think, maybe we could work a little different that way too. But
It's true.
who knows,
My
man?
mom's been saying it for a while.
Really?
We don't need like presidents or prime ministers. We need leaders.
Yeah.
People, like you said earlier, who show compassion for the people and that are willing to lead them to something greater and not just be like, okay, we're just trying to get our agenda across and that's it.
What do you guys think is a leader? What makes a leader?
That's a really hard
And also, do you
question.
think someone's born a leader?
Everyone
you
is a
make.
leader.
Do you think so?
Hmm
Interesting.
I think
I'm
it
just
depends what
thinking
you're
about that.
leading, obviously.
Everyone is a leader.
Because if you're,
Yeah, a leader
Yeah.
in any like
I think, okay, let me
it's
kind
sticky.
of play devil's advocate.
Okay.
But I think a leader is anyone that can show people how they should do things. It doesn't mean that they can do it the best,
No.
if that makes sense.
No.
But they
Mhm.
can delegate,
Advise.
I know you're good at this, you
Mhm.
should do this, help me out with this. They
Mhm.
see a vision, they have a vision,
Mhm.
and they can implement it. But what you were saying about compassionate leaders, I just want to throw this question in. Do you think, aren't the best leaders, don't they have to hide a bit of their compassion though?
Why? Let
Well,
me throw that back.
That's a
It-
good question.
That is
Do you
a question.
because there's always a point where a weakness is exposed, whether that's because of them being compassionate or whatever it is. Like leaders, they can't always put their feelings into everything. They can't help
Of
everyone
course, of course.
because it will
Of
just
course.
fall apart.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
work.
then a lot of people see that as them not being compassionate because, oh, you didn't help here when you could have. So what are you doing?
But then
So to what extent do they have to show everyone love and be compassionate?
I think you know. I think you must know. For example, Theresa May, she didn't go and visit the people from at
Mhm.
Grenfell. Like she should have known that that wasn't a good
Just
idea.
a basic thing, like
Yeah.
common
Yeah,
courtesy, just basic.
exactly.
Yeah.
She really just threw money at them.
Yeah.
And
Mhm,
then that
exactly.
was it.
Obviously as a leader, there's certain you can't put your feelings into
You
it
can't
too
do
much because
everything.
that will just you can't base decisions off your emotions constantly. It just won't work out. But I think within you know what is right and you know what is wrong. Because if I know what is right and what is wrong, you must know too.
But are right and wrong's different? The Grenfell bit, most humans should know
Mhm.
that if someone has died and it was kind of your fault and your people's
Exactly,
fault, then you need to sort it out.
exactly.
But there are times when nobody really knows what is right and wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
especially with immigration, it's hard because when I speak on immigration, I think of my family
Mhm.
and my parents.
Mhm.
But when other people speak of immigration, they see statistics, and it's not
Yeah,
their
because
fault.
they've not
Because
experienced
that's
it like
just what
that.
they see, you
Mhm.
know.
Mm.
So I don't know. To be a leader, I think it's understanding that you won't always have the correct version of right and wrong, and you have to talk to
Yeah.
other people.
Yes.
Because if you never
Yes, that's the
experienced that,
problem.
then how can you now make a decision?
Yes.
A legislation
Mhm.
on something you don't know about.
Mhm.
Like understand that it's not always you that
Yeah.
has the facts for everything.
I
I think
don't get
that's
that though.
I think that's important because you're not as a leader. I'm not going to reflect everyone that I'm leading, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you have enough power to talk to those people and understand where they're coming from, and get advice from them, and be humble enough to get advice from them, and I don't think enough leaders are, because they're leaders and they know what's. A lot of them just think they know what's right, and that's not what it is.
Mm.
Yeah, what do you guys think a leader is?
Linking to Albertina's point, I think a leader is somebody who listens more than they speaks. So you're willing to learn, you're willing to
Mm-hmm.
understand your people, because obviously being a prime minister or a president or whatever is probably quite difficult because you're leading so many different people
Yeah.
and there's so many different viewpoints and perspectives that are being thrown at you. So I think someone who's willing to take them in and try and find a compromise to some degree. I think someone who's just willing to learn and willing to, as you said, accept that they're not going to be right all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I can really think of.
Nice. T?
It's a difficult question.
It is.
Do you know what? Lucia, you go first then.
Okay.
Let me think for a little bit.
I think a leader is, again, I'm just going to bounce off what you guys said. Someone who's able to listen and their ego isn't hurt by what they hear. And someone who's able to accept that you're going to be criticized and you have to stand firm in what you believe. But also like, if I'm to relate it to leaders of countries, also just remember that you're leading a country, you're leading people. It's not just it's not me leading Simplest Talks and this is my vision and I know what it's not about your vision. It's not just about you. So someone who's very selfless and compassionate, I think that's what makes a good leader. Yeah.
Okay. So from what Sophie said, someone who listens to other people, takes in ideas, and it's the same as what Lucia said as well. It's not the leader's vision, it's the vision of the people behind him as well.
Yeah.
And being able to listen to what everyone's saying and push that vision forward the best way possible.
Yeah. 100%. Just to link to that, because we were supposed to have a politics episode,
We were.
but just life has been happening, bare stuff has been happening. And I wanted to talk about the kind of links to politics, kind of. The whole thing with Stormzy and the things he said about Britain being, there's 100%, there's wait, how did he say it?
It was twisted because
Yeah,
he said
I wanna
that
say it right.
He said that there was racism, there 100% was racism in
That-
Britain.
Yeah,
They
they're
said
100%.
that.
Yeah.
He said that Britain was 100% racist. That's what they said that
But
he
he
said.
didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
He said there
No,
100%
they asked him,
is
do you think there's racism in Britain? He said
100%.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm,
good.
that's
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did we feel about that?
I mean,
I
there
didn't-
is.
Old news. Old
Crazy.
news.
Listen,
What we've been doing. Yeah.
Britain have this problem where they just have no vim. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna be racist, just be racist wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Do you know
And
what?
we love
And
covering
I
accept
it.
it.
prefer it like that,
Just
innit?
come
Because then I know
I know how you feel.
I'll stay away from you,
yeah,
innit?
exactly.
I don't know, like this tight upper lip we have in everything.
Oh
we just don't
my gosh.
don't say how we feel or how
Yeah.
it's crazy. But
And I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys saw with the whole Meghan Markle
honestly,
situation. Who was talking? It was this Nigerian woman.
Is she a lawyer?
She's amazing.
Or a professor?
Doctor
Yeah,
something.
she's amazing.
She is. You know when someone just like articulates themselves
what
just
did she say?
beautifully.
I don't know how she managed to like handle it though.
Honestly.
Because they were just
She's a
deflecting
professional.
every single point she made.
Listen.
Deflecting it. And
Listen,
I would have got,
the first interview she had was outside of Buckingham Palace with this white woman, and she.
You
I'm gonna state. Let me even state it was a black
That's
woman
why
and
you're
white
speaking.
woman. I said it.
Mm.
You know, I'm being fair here. And the white reporter was basically saying, we're not being racist. This has nothing to do with race. Meghan Markle is taking away our Prince Harry, all of
Our
that
Prince
kind of
Harry, you
stuff. All of that kind of stuff.
Alright.
Calm.
And then she was just basically emphasizing that, this stems from racism, and Britain has a problem, and we need to focus on it, and we can't just completely ignore that. And this woman was just bare arguing with her, like,
she knew she was right.
yeah, 100%, and it made her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So there was that interview, and then there was an interview with Piers Morgan on Good Morning Britain.
Oh, that
And
guy
that
just,
That man makes me. I will
He
happily
knows what
say
he's
here,
doing.
I do not like that guy.
He has to do it.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, has to. He had.
It's his
strategic.
job.
Yeah.
He's in the left, so
Yeah.
Following. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was just like, because she was saying, like, talking about white privilege and all of that kind of stuff, and he was so confused as to what she was talking about and wasn't allowing himself to being educated because she was completely wrong, apparently. And what irritates me is, like, I'm a black person. I'm saying you have been racist to me. I know what racism is. I know what racism is even when I haven't even felt it. It's within, like, we just know. So for you to say that I'm wrong or I don't, like, come on. Like, so what, am I crazy? Like, am I mad? Especially if millions of people are saying this.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, it's
But
mad.
I'm happy that Harry and Meghan have left the country. For
I
however
don't know.
long they're leaving.
I don't know.
How do you guys feel about it?
What about them leaving?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it was the right decision.
Really?
Yeah.
How comes?
He's protecting his woman and his child as he should. And he's like, he's seen what happened to his mother. Like,
Wow, John, it's
What
happening
else
again,
do you
yeah.
expect him to do? Especially when you're seeing that your wife is being targeted in the papers constantly.
It's really bad, and if you compare
Really
like it
bad.
to Kate Middleton and how she was treated, it's very blatantly obvious that they
So
don't like
blatant.
her. But there's no
again,
good reason as to why.
exactly. But again, it's not racism.
I'm gonna play devil advocate again.
Go on.
So she had a lot of support as well.
Yeah, she did.
Just as much as she had hate, she had a lot of support.
Are we talking about from the beginning or like around this time of them making the decision?
From the beginning?
Okay.
She really did have a lot of support. So whether it was about the tabloids making their statements about her or whatever, was it really...
So what do you think it was about?
I don't know. Maybe there's something that we don't know in there. Because
I
I guarantee you we're not being told the full story.
I think, of course, I think there's so much we don't know. But
Definitely.
even if she's had the support, I'm sorry, this whole all the criticism she gets, that outweighs all of the other stuff, in my opinion, unfortunately. And I don't think we should just focus on her, because this happens to people on a daily, like it happens to us. But I just think that shines a light on the things that black people go through.
And it might not just be just because she's black. Like, obviously that plays a big part, whether they want to admit it or not. But the fact that she's a woman, like
she's American,
like British people, people in general don't like what they're not used to.
Yeah.
And because it's a very traditional country and whatever. So I understand what you're saying about how she's got support, but there's no amount of support that could compare with when people that pay your bills and provide your protection when they don't want you there, and when you don't feel accepted. Like, there's no amount of us saying we love Meghan and she's our girl that can change that. And so I don't know, she either had to hold that pain, like the weight of the world on her shoulders, and be a symbol of, I don't know, equality or whatever they want her to be, or she leaves and lives her life.
Exactly.
And that's what she chose to do.
That's what she... And it's not even she. I genuinely believe
it was
her
choice.
I think it was a joint decision.
Yeah. And I even think he must have said, yo, this is a bit mad.
I'm not feeling it.
Let's cut. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that one is a sticky one. What else have you guys got? Tell me something.
Sorry, I'm gonna just do it then.
Damn. Okay. What's coming?
Angola's political situation.
Okay.
What I was touching on, basically, the old president. So
are we talking about Angola?
Yeah.
Okay.
So his daughter has just amassed wealth. So it started off, she was like the head of the national oil company. Then she started taking funds, having businesses in Portugal, diamond businesses, whatever, making plans to destroy people's homes and not give them anything in return for business proposals. And then it got to a point where she owns a national phone company, so the only phone company in the country. She owns it. All the money goes to her. And it's just, what makes me sad is because us Angolas are known for partying, so no one did anything. Everyone said, oh, she's our sister, it's okay, nothing's going on, like, and I didn't see one protest, nothing. It took an outsider to find all this information and to hack and, you know what, whistleblow or whatever. And it just hurt me because so many people died, so many children died because of her behavior, and no one decided to, I don't know, do anything, I guess. And it just goes to show what I was saying before. You can't just assume people think like you, because something's wrong in her head. Like, even in the interview, when they asked her, oh, what about your husband's business? She said, what business? I'm not involved. And she started laughing. Like, there's
like
not people dying. They said, you know what?
Yeah.
And it just aggravated me because corruption is something that happens a lot, but
especially in Africa.
was
Oh my
different.
days!
It's really disappointing.
It was different.
It's so disappointing sometimes.
I don't know why
So
it isn't like
disappointing.
covered as much as it should be. The corruption in Africa is crazy.
But I feel like the corruption in Africa is just more blatant.
Definitely.
Of course.
Yeah.
It happens.
Rather than other countries.
Maybe it happens even more in the West.
No, it
who
probably
knows?
happens. Yeah, it probably happens even more. In the West.
Because we're just very loud with everything Africans. You know, everything is out there.
Yeah, it's
So-
really not hidden at all.
Yes,
like, you don't
not hidden
try.
well. Like certain like decisions that are made. I'm like, you guys could have done this in a slick way.
But you decided not to.
Now we all know.
Shouldn't be doing that at all, but
Yeah, period. Like we shouldn't. But
Yeah.
I know.
like, if you're going to, come on. Yeah, it's a shame,
Corruption
man.
is everywhere, though.
Listen, 100%.
Mm.
It's crazy. Sophie, you have other stuff on your list, so
I have
come on.
stuff. Okay.
Give it
what
to
about
me.
this virus that's going around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still that
I
one.
saw a video actually. My friend showed it to me,
Mm.
and it was a video of an Asian woman on the train.
Oh, I
And
saw
then
that. as
The
well.
other people on the train were like covering their mouths and
Yeah.
stuff. And it got me thinking because a lot of people were saying that wasn't racist, and people were saying that they're just taking precautions.
Yeah.
But I think it's racist, and I think people. Let's say back when the Ebola
Yeah.
Yeah.
epidemic was going on.
If that was
If
happening to
I was
us-
on the train and somebody was covering their mouth, I would be very it's
Yeah.
blatantly racist.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of black people are in denial, and I think a lot of people think that we're the only victims of racism.
That get-
Nah.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I just think that some people are in denial about racism.
Mm.
So, but I think also the virus has been very exaggerated by the media.
Do you think so?
Yes, sir.
Tell us more.
Every couple years, there's this new virus that comes out that's
it's
gonna
true,
kill us
you
all.
know.
And then I'm hearing, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in it.
Yo.
There's crazy viruses like swine flu was like a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
I remember
Ebola
that.
and
That
all
was a
these
big thing.
I thought
And
I
bird-
said I was gonna, it
and
was gonna
bird
come to
flu,
me.
all those viruses. Everyone's saying you're gonna die, and I'm just like, but I'm here.
Like, you know what? I thought one thing that just scares me with this virus. I just hope it doesn't touch Africa.
I think
Apparently it
already
has.
Has it?
Really?
Angola, especially
Yeah,
China's
apparently-
come.
Really?
I saw
I
an
think so.
article about Bill Gates testing a cure
Oh
in Africa.
yeah.
And
I don't know how I
was
feel
thinking-
about that.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that
I
either.
don't
We're
know.
not guinea pigs.
Yeah, listen.
we are.
why?
So
Why you coming
relax
to
a
Africa?
Because why did he go to Africa and
Exactly.
not China? But
Mhm.
you know,
That is true. Where it started.
Oh, guys,
Yeah.
it's just mad.
And,
I just don't think we're taking precautions.
no,
That's what irritates me.
Whenever something happens in this country, it's always after it's happened.
Yeah.
Always. Nothing ever happens beforehand.
Mhm.
Like everyone's like, no, there's no need
No,
to
but
be
I feel like
concerned,
that the precautions are done much better here. But I don't feel like anything's being done where we're from like that, just to protect our people.
Of course not.
It's
We
a
have other
shame.
issues to deal with.
I
Like,
know. But
What, are
it's
you
just,
talking about the UK or
no,
Africa?
she's talking about Africa.
Oh, yeah, true.
yeah,
Mm.
it's a shame. I was listening to something on Instagram, and it was a interview with Kojo Anim, the comedian, and he was talking about how he said something like some people like don't have like mental health issues. It's just that they're jealous. Like I don't know whether that's a
what,
stupid
jealous of other people's
Yeah,
mental health issues.
jealous of just jealous of other people.
They don't have mental health
Hmm.
issues.
Let me think.
But I think
I feel like it was. I don't know whether it was either it was a stupid comment, it was clever, or
I don't know how to feel.
yeah, I don't know how to.
what
feel.
context did he say it? Was he explaining a story? Was he like
I can't remember,
okay?
but that just stood out to me in the
yeah,
clip.
yeah. I think some people they're just jealous, but everyone no wait. No, some people are just jealous. Let's put it out there.
Listen,
But everyone has got something in their head
yeah,
that changes the way they think.
hmm
Whether you can call it a mental health issue, that is up for discussion.
yeah,
But everyone thinks differently.
yeah,
And so if you're jealous about something, fine. If that now affects how you feel and how you operate,
yes,
that's
that's it.
different.
You know, I
Yeah.
think.
So maybe he doesn't see that.
Mhm.
And
I think the
he's just-
problem.
yeah.
I think the problem is that, like, I think a lot of people are jealous of people, and that leads to things.
Mhm.
Like, I just feel like that as humans, people get jealous, makes them sad about themselves. That could just mean you're sad, and it's not actually depression, for example, or it could lead into that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's all
Yeah.
sticky, but it was just very
It's
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else before I ask this other question?
Oh, was it a big question?
Kind of. It's directed at T.
Uh-oh.
I want to talk about your blog posts.
Oh.
Tell
I
us
really
more.
like
Shout
them.
it out. I really like them
Yes.
too.
Oh,
Tell us more.
check it out, renzel11.com.
Energy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to know?
What post do you have up?
Do you know? I was actually saying this to Albertina earlier. Like, I keep forgetting to promote him.
You need to, because like
They were really good.
I really like them.
Really like them. One about time.
Yeah.
And one about.
Do you know what? You know when Patrick said that in episode 9, I was just like, is this guy reading? Like,
Yo,
because that was before I launched my blogging, so I'd already written it, and
that's
then
so mad.
and then when he
so
said it, I was
funny.
just like,
How does this
going
guy
on,
know? That's interesting. So, what are we expecting? What else are we expecting from you on the blog?
well, what I said earlier and what I've learned about narratives, that's going to be going up soon.
Nice.
So I'll write that one. I kind of just write as when I feel like it, which is quite often, but I write quite a few posts at one time
Yeah,
when I feel the inspiration, and
exactly.
then I come back and finish them off.
Nice. We've also, someone has launched a new business in the room.
Hello.
Can
I don't
we know a little bit more? Tell us more.
Okay, so guys, I launched the Collab Network a month ago.
Energy.
So the Collab Network essentially is a business centered around creatives. So it's about bringing creatives together through workshops, networking events, shoots, that kind of thing, just to kind of empower creative people, because I think a lot of the time people feel like they need to compete with other people.
Yeah.
People don't see that there's so much power in numbers and
And
there's power in coming
collaboration.
together.
Working together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think I really like creative things, and I really like discovering people and working with people. So I just thought, why not create a business that encapsulates that idea?
Amazing. I'm so
So that's
happy
kind
for
of
you.
thank you.
Love
So that's kind of where it's going. I just need to like plan things out, form like a strategy, marketing, all that stuff. But
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, make sure you guys go follow her.
At the Collab Network on Instagram and
Energy.
Collab Network on Twitter.
Yes. How's everything going with you? Tell us about life. Tell us about living with
I was going to
podcast.
ask questions.
Yes, living
but
with.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
leave that
Nah,
question
you get question
No, you
first.
said exactly.
Living with podcasts. Well, I've released a few episodes with my friends, and it
They're
was
really
fun.
fun.
Like,
Yeah,
I want.
really
I,
fun.
I need to do more with
Yeah.
more people,
That was good.
loads
I
of
liked
people.
it.
Energy.
I just want more, just different people,
Yeah.
because I know that the amount of knowledge that is around me is limitless. I just need different people to come
Yeah.
and show me, because like, just honestly, I didn't think I would learn so much by doing it, but the amount of things I've learned just talking to people I wouldn't normally talk to,
Yeah.
showing things, as you said, like the amount of feedback you get from people that don't even say hi
Yeah.
to you, like wow, you're actually watching my stuff.
It's actually
So
crazy.
yeah, I just want to expand it and keep going with it, even when I'm busy and whatever.
Yeah.
Just take a break, come back, ace it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, my life is stressful, but it's going well.
Tell me about it.
A-levels.
Yeah, A levels and whatever.
Listen.
Oh, cute.
But
What question were you gonna ask?
yeah, I wanted to ask a question. You
Yeah.
know what T was saying about narratives?
Yeah.
Is it an issue if you look at someone and you say you're gonna be this character in my narrative?
Yeah, is that a
Yeah.
problem?
That is the problem,
Is that always a problem?
because you need to understand that they've got their own narrative, and
Yeah.
they might not want to be that character in your story.
I think the whole idea is about just letting your relationships form as they should form. I
Naturally.
think, like, expecting, as you said,
Yeah.
and putting pressure on this whole idea of you should be my happiness. You should be this.
Yeah.
Like,
It leads to so many more other problems.
yeah,
like,
it does.
you end up feeling like you're not enough,
exactly.
and then and then now you're blaming this person for making you feel that way, and then it's just a mess now.
And I think a lot of people do that in relationships. Like, I've heard people say, or like on social media, you're my happiness. And I'm like, no, bro, that
You
is
should
not
be
your
own
happiness.
Yeah.
Be your own. Or let God be your happiness. Like,
Yeah.
your man does not, that's...
It's not his job.
It's
not
really
healthy.
because when he's
It's
not
not
there, now
healthy.
you're upset.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
It's not good enough. And I think it also links to, like, you just being okay on your own. I've been like battling this whole thing of like I'm working on just being comfortable completely just by myself and being cool with that and being like, yeah, I'm Gucci. Like, I don't need no one else's approval. I don't need anyone else's company. But if that comes into my life, that's just an added bonus. And I think a lot of people need to work on that, because I keep seeing people who are just like very dependent on the opposite sex, even if you're not speaking to them for time. But just, I need to speak to someone else. So that is a big problem.
You're eyeing a lot of people.
This person gives me this, but it's really a call from the inside to give it to yourself first.
Wow, that's it. You're speaking to me right now. That's it, man.
That is it.
Like, you need to be Gucci on your own and be comfortable in yourself. And that's when your best you will come out. And that's when you attract what you need.
Exactly.
Bullseye.
Listen.
That's what she did.
I was gonna ask something.
Well, not everyone thinks that way.
Oh, were you gonna ask?
No, I just asked
Did you
it.
ask it?
Oh, what was I gonna say?
What was it about?
I feel like it was about... Oh, yeah. Okay, we're in February now. How was your January?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask a different question. I was like, no comment. But,
I just want to know, like, how's it been? Has it been a good month? How have you felt
For the
about it?
most part, I've had a few not setbacks, but I've had to kind of realise I need to step up my game and become more disciplined.
Energy.
Because self-discipline is very important.
Ooh. Say it
Learning
again.
to differentiate between wants and needs is very important.
oh, wow.
So I'm trying to do that more and not take setbacks as setbacks, but more so learning experiences.
Yeah.
It's been a good month, I think. Well, obviously sad things have happened, but a lot has happened. Like, we had the whole World War III scare,
Yeah, loads of things.
which
Yeah.
was a big deal, but doesn't...
That was... And now it's
Nah,
just gone. Like, no one cares anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought it was actually...
No, I didn't think it was going to go
low-key,
anywhere.
like-
Come on, guys.
Like,
It was on the timeline. Trump was tweeting.
oh, man. Anyone else? How's your month been?
Oh, man. I was just annoyed.
Really?
Pretty much the whole of January.
Oh, no, why?
Well, let's start from December, innit?
Okay.
I ordered a new phone in December, and 3 just decided not to send it to where I live. They sent it somewhere else. So yeah, I just kept calling them like,
That
yo, this is...
so annoying.
And
That's so
they kept
annoying.
finding opening complaints. And then I think it was yesterday, I called them and I was just like, okay, it's literally been a month. And I
you
don't have a
paid.
phone. And they were just like, okay, let's sort this out now. And I was just like, so
After a month.
why was I
They
calling
better,
like the
give you
entirety
some
of
sort of
January?
discount.
And
That's
no, I just told them, I was just like, I don't even want the phone anymore. Just keep it, man.
Wow.
I heard EE, you're going to treat me better in it. So.
Oh, EE, I don't like EE. They're too expensive for me, mate.
Is it pricey?
Like, their prices are just high for nothing. Like, I can go to
Maybe it's
O2 and
worth
get
it.
something cheaper
Yeah, it's
for the same phone. Like, they're just
I had
very
to think about it,
pricey.
innit? Because I've been with Free for like 9 years. So
Really? Oh, damn.
Oh my god, that's like a decade.
That's a
they
long time.
really like nice it when it comes to
Dedication.
contracts, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't let the
Yeah.
violation slide in. It was time for a change.
Listen, Albertina, how's your month been?
It was good. It was busy, but I think mentally I've got my goals in place
Energy.
and I'm in a good position to just get on with the
That's what
year.
we love to see.
Get on with the year.
My month has been it's like I've had some sad things, like quite a few people. I've lost a couple people, like in family back home. Like, I'm not very close to them, but my mum is, and like related to us, which is just mad. Like 2020, like the beginning of this year, just
Yeah, just
a lot of
Wow.
people have like left us, which is sad. Rest in peace to everyone. But apart from that, it's been good. Like, I've been challenging myself, and I feel like I'm in a place where I just want to keep doing better. So, okay, cool. There's a couple things I didn't implement last month. We're gonna try and
Do
do
it
that
again.
this month. You know what I mean? And I feel like last year I was in a place where, like, if something went wrong, even if it was in my day,
Finished.
I'm done.
It's
Done for the day.
it's
Done
for the week.
doing the whole
The week
day.
through it.
No matter what, 5 hours later.
Listen.
Yeah.
Like, even if I wake up late for school, I'm not in a good mood the whole day. Everything, no one chat to me because I'm just not in the mood. But I'm just trying to understand that everything happens for a reason.
It really does.
Yeah.
You won't see it now, but
Yeah,
in the
later
future,
on
you'll be
you
like,
will.
oh. So that's
100%. The 3-year anniversary is on Tuesday for SimplestTalks. Yes, mad.
Hey.
How does
mad.
it feel like it being 3 years? Like, do you think you've grown as a person with it? Like, how? Let's ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Like, how does
Something
it
on the
feel? Like,
map.
3 years is a long time because you started when you were 15, right?
It scares me because I'm like, okay, in 2 years' time, it's gonna be 5, and what am I gonna do in those 2 years?
Oh my
But then
gosh,
I'm
yeah.
like, come on,
You can't think like that.
Yeah, I
yeah.
can't
One
think
step
You
like
at
can't
a
rush
time.
things.
yeah, like my time will come. You know what I mean? But it's just mad because I really have grown up with this.
You have.
Like
yeah.
I didn't know. Like I was winging this in the beginning. I didn't know if I was gonna be doing events. I didn't know what I was doing on social media. Like I had no idea. I just said we're gonna put something out because I know I want to do something, and I'm not gonna waste time because if I do, I'll sit on this idea forever. So yeah, it's just been amazing, and even like the little voice notes that people been sending me. Thank you, Sophie. Yours is going up today.
Oh, woohoo.
Just talking about their experience, even if they're close people to me, like just the fact that they felt that way, I just pray that other people have too. And I'm excited, man.
I'm excited
You
for
should be
Yeah.
What
excited.
advice would you give to somebody who is trying to launch something like a business or something like that?
Yeah, looking back.
Do it. I hate when I speak to people and they're like, oh, they're waiting for something to start. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I'm like, yo, if you're lacking resources, if you're lacking the confidence, find it or fake it till you make it, or use what you have. Like I used at my first event, I used my uncle's church. That's what I used. My mum, like, what else? It was a free event.
Yeah.
My auntie bought me a cake. I don't even know why she bought me a cake. She said congratulations. I was like, oh, like I didn't expect it to be like that. I used my phone to record with my little tripod on the table, and it was just me speaking.
You start from somewhere, innit?
You have to, and just go for it because, listen, 3 years down the line, you'll thank yourself. And I think another thing I'd say is use the people you have around you. And build a good network, because over the last 3 years I have people I can call up and say, can you do this for me, can you do that for me, and just be kind to people. That's what I always aim to do. Like if I ask you for something, I'm gonna say it in a nice way because you're doing me a favor. I'm not doing
you don't have to do that.
yeah, and I've experienced people talking to me like I'm doing them a favor. They're doing me a favor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo,
No.
Relax.
Yeah. I don't owe you anything.
100%,
technically.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'd also say just believe in your source. Like recognize you're a G, because I know I'm a G, and I'm at a stage where I'm like, there's certain. Obviously, don't let it go to your head, because I'm a very humble person. I don't know if that's humble to say. Saying
No,
you're
I think
humble.
it is.
It is, right?
It's
Yeah.
honest.
I think that's important to have, because that's when people want to work with you. They recognize that you don't think you're better than anyone else.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, and collaborate with people. I love doing that. Maybe we're gonna collaborate soon. Who knows?
Maybe.
So yeah, all of that kind of stuff. But I'm excited. Happy birthday, Simplest Talks. 3 years, many more years to go. Greater things to come. And I'm also excited for all of you guys, because I just think great things are happening in your lives and greater things are coming.
Amen.
And also to you guys listening, amazing things are coming into your lives. Affirm it and it will manifest. Like it will happen. I'm telling you, and just trust and believe that. So yeah, we're gonna end it there. You guys do your social media so that they can find you.
Living with .podcast on Instagram, living with pod on Twitter. If you want me, Albertino, no E, no I on Instagram. There.
My Instagram is at Sophie Rinde, so Sophie then ARINDE. And Twitter is the same. And Instagram for the Collab Network is the Collab Network with a K, and Twitter is the same without the.
I almost forgot my own social. T_Radswell11. That's on all socials.
Nice. At Simplest Talks on all social media. We're on LinkedIn too as well. So
How business.
have to, man. Have to. And me, I'm on at Life of Simply Lucia on Instagram, at Life of Simply L on Twitter. So you can find me there. But guys, before we end, do you guys like? I want to do this thing where we like try and motivate our listeners just to keep going, keep pushing. So what would you say to someone that's listening right now, just to keep them going, keep them moving towards their goals, and
all the difficult times that you've been through in your entire life, you're still alive.
True.
So you can continue to face them. They only make you stronger anyway.
Yes.
So just keep pushing. There's nothing to be afraid of.
100%
God's got your back.
energy. Sophie?
Learn to starve your distractions and feed your focus.
Ooh.
Learn to
Oh, taking it there.
learn to just think of your future self and try to make your future self proud, and worry less about temporary pleasures and things that matter now, but more about the future.
Nice.
Yeah.
Worry about the future, but you deserve it, yeah?
Yeah.
Go out. If you want to buy something, you deserve it.
Let's
Yeah.
do balance
Do what you want to
one,
do,
yeah.
you deserve it.
Energy.
Because you
That's
really
what we're
do.
talking
Like,
about.
even though you might look in the mirror and think, oh, no, you're great the way you are. Just keep going, keep having fun. That's
Energy.
all.
I would say just remember that the courage to get up even when you fall down is very powerful, and just keep going, keep moving, and remember that you don't want to disappoint your future self. Just keep going, and also just don't allow the pressure to get to you. Meditate, take some time to yourself, all of that kind of stuff, because as Albertina said, you deserve it. Thank you guys for listening. Be blessed. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.